Alright guys, so we're going to be reviewing ratios today, and for this video I'm going to talk about the ratio page. So I want to need you to pull up in your Google Classroom Ratios 2 test review. We're going to do, starting with the number 1, I guess. It says write the ratio in simplest form that compares the number of basketballs to the total number of basketballs. This one's very straightforward. It's basically saying find the number of basketballs, which are 6, then find the total. And we know that total means to add. So we're going to say that we have 6 basketballs, and then we have, compared to the total, we would say 6 basketballs plus 6, 7, 8 plus 8 footballs. So we say 6 plus 8, and that would give me 14. So there's 6 basketballs and 14 total. Is this my simplified ratio? No. They're both even, so I can divide by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 14 divided by 2 is 7. So the simplified ratio of basketballs to total would be 3 to 7. You could write it as a fraction. You could write it as 3 to 7. Or you can use your colon, 3 to 7. Okay. At any time you need to pause it, go ahead and pause it, okay? So the next one, we're going to skip a couple because they're all pretty much the same, but I want to talk about number 4. Number 4 says 9 pages in 3 hours. The directions say for 4 and 5, write each rate as a unit rate. So we have the rate of 9 pages. I'll put P for pages in 3 hours. And we've gone over this and over this. Unit rate. We need to find how much it is per 1 hour. And when we see that fraction bar, to find the unit rate, we need to divide, okay? So 9 divided by 3 would be 3 pages in 1 hour. Please make sure our pages stay with our pages and our hours stay with our hours, because look at these answer choices. They will confuse you. For this one, it's just the same thing as before. That's not a unit rate. For H, that's 6 pages in 1 hour. 9 divided by 3 is not 6. Now we look at F and G. If you're not careful, you could get these switched up. Okay, we have 9 pages in 3 hours. That means we have 3 pages in 1 hour. So the correct answer would be G. Do not get those confused. Now, let's go to number 8. So scroll down to number 8. It says Rashada bought 3 tickets to a concert for $75. At this rate, how much would 5 tickets cost? Okay, so the way this ratio table is set up, we could say 3, 4, and then 5. But I don't want to do that. I want to scale backward because I think that's my easiest option. So if I look at 3 and 75, I can see that they're both divisible by 3. My divisibility rule states if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, the whole number is divisible by 3. So it's pretty obvious 3 can be divided by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. Now down here, we could say 5 plus 7, or 7 plus 5, and that gives me 12. Can I divide 12 by 3? Yes. That means that the number 75 is divisible by 3. So I'm going to say 75 divided by 3 is what? If you do not know, we'll go over here. 3 goes into 7 2 times, which gives me 6. 3 goes into 15 5 times. This is basically saying 3 quarters make 75 cents. So if you didn't know that, just do the long way around of dividing like I showed you. Now, Now that I scaled backward, I find this problem to be a lot easier because now, can I multiply 1 by something to get 5? Yes. 1 times 5 is 5. So that means 25 times 5. Okay, if I have 25 cents and I have 5 quarters, how much would that be? Okay, so then your answer would be 125. Okay, if you didn't follow that, that was 25 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So that's 125. Okay? Raise your hand if you need my help, but otherwise, or you could rewatch the video. Just keep going, okay? Number 9. It says Gina read 120 pages in 4 days. So I'm going to write my ratio. I like to write it as a fraction. 120 pages is 4 days. Okay, I'm going to use D for days. Okay, it says which is an equivalent ratio. Equivalent, it looks like the word equal. Okay, we've gone over this. So if I want an equivalent fraction, I want something that means it's equal. If I want an equivalent ratio, I want something that is equal. If we look at our answer choices, we see that we have 75 pages, 60, 105, 80. All of those are less than 120. That means that I'm going to need to divide to see if these ratios are equivalent. 120 and 4 are both even, so I'm going to divide by 2. Okay, 120 divided by 2 is 60 pages. 4 divided by 2 is 2 days. So I look and check, do I have an answer choice that matches? Yes, I do. So that is an equivalent ratio, or 60 over 2 is equivalent to 120 over 4. We'll scroll down to number 10. Okay. It says 5 notebooks cost $20. I'm going to just go ahead and write it as a ratio. I spent $20 on 5 notebooks. Okay. Now, I want to know how much it is for 4 notebooks. But 4 and 5 are kind of like neighbors. If I were to put 4 over here, I can't multiply or divide 5 by anything realistically to get 4. I can't multiply or divide it by a whole number, and that would make my life so much easier. So my easiest thing that I want to do is find my unit rate. What does the fraction bar mean? It means to divide. So top number goes in my house. You should know that 20 divided by 5 is 4. So that means I spent $4 on 1 notebook. Now that I have my unit rate, I can multiply it back out because the problem doesn't want to know how much it costs for 1 notebook. It wants to know how much it costs for 4 notebooks. So now I have $4 for 1 notebook. So I would multiply by 4 to figure out how much it is for 4 notebooks. So if 1 notebook is $4, then 4 notebooks would be $16. Okay. Now the last one I want to go over with you for this one is going to be number 11. It says according to the key on a particular park map. So pretend you're going hiking or something. You have a map. It says 5 inches on the map represents 3 miles. So the ratio is 5 inches to 3 miles. Now, if you know that you want to go 9 miles, how many inches would that take up? Okay, this is like what we've done before. How do I get from the 3 to the 9? What can I multiply by? Times 3. What I do on bottom, I have to do on top. What is 5 times 3? 15 inches. So if I go 9 miles on my map, that would be represented by 15 inches. Okay, go ahead and switch gears to the next video. Okay, I know that you're not done with this worksheet, but go ahead and go to the next video because it's very important. Okay.